What is up, guys? Today we have the Beatbot Aquasense cleaner here, and this is a good cordless premium robotic pool cleaner. So before we get into this review, I want to mention that Beatbot actually sent me this Aquasense for free. Yes, I agreed to do a free review as long as I'm able to give my honest opinion. Now, they actually saw my review on the Aquasense Pro, which was hands down the most brutally honest review I ever gave a cleaner, and they actually liked that video. So a lot of my viewers asked me about this Aquasense, so I reached out to them and they decided to send it to me to do that review. So this will include features that I like and especially features that I don't like, if any. So keep that in mind, but I hope this review helps. So right off the bat, I'll tell you that this Beatbot Aquasense here is an expensive cleaner, but not necessarily in a bad way. You see, on the market right now, we have different types of cleaners. We have your corded cleaners, and then we have cordless cleaners. This right here is in the brand of cordless cleaners. But in that category of cordless cleaners, we have subcategories. We have great valued, inexpensive cordless cleaners. And then on the far spectrum, we have high-end premium cordless cleaners here. And that's where this Beatbot Aquasense fits into place here. You got to take that into consideration. This is considered a premium, high-end cordless cleaner here. And for that reason, it is a very good cleaner. Now, if we enter the market for a high-end premium cordless cleaner, we have to talk about the big name brands. This is where those big name brands shine. We're talking about Polaris. We're talking about Dolphin here. Those are the big name brands. They've been around for years now, and they're the top competitors to each other and to everyone else. Polaris and Dolphin have the best reputations, and you pay for a premium price tag because of it. Now, this right here is the Dolphin Liberty here. This is Dolphin's first ever cordless pool cleaner, the Liberty 300. And I used this for the last year and a half, 2 years, and it's an amazing cleaner. It does a really great job. Best feature about this cordless cleaner is that it has a weekly scheduled timer, first of its kind at the time. I'll set this right over here. Now, this right here, this is the Polaris Freedom here. This is Polaris's first ever cordless robotic pool cleaner, also used for the last year and a half, 2 years, and it works amazingly well. It's designed for bigger pools and it has online app control. That's what makes this one special. I'll set this one down right here so you can see all three of these here. So what's the difference here? In terms of price alone, we have at the lower point here, if you want to consider a premium cordless cleaner a low price point, this Liberty 300 comes in at about $1,000. On the higher spectrum, the Polaris right here, the Freedom, comes in at about $1,400. And the Beatbot Aquasense right here, this comes in at between $1,100 and $1,200. So you can see the range of prices here. This is the range for a premium cordless robotic pool cleaner. So how does this compare? How does the Aquasense do compared to these big name brands over here? And to be honest, it does a pretty good job. It's actually better in terms of tech. Yes, built inside this Beatbot Aquasense here is a ton of technology. It has a super fast CPU combined with 3 brushless motors, which means it's powerful and it doesn't break down nearly as fast, and it's efficient. Also built inside this Aquasense is the fact that there are 15 ultrasonic sensors inside. This means that it's able to detect objects in the pool and to get around it. It's really, really awesome that way. It literally is the smartest cleaner on the market right now. The one smarter than this is its big brother, the Aquasense Pro, which is a really great cleaner, but great for a different reason. Also very expensive, but worth the price for a different reason. Now, having a fast processor, having all these ultrasonic sensors here makes so that it has a very good smart navigation system with preset patterns. Yes, depending on the mode that you use the Aquasense with, whether it's cleaning the floors of your pool or the walls of your pool, it'll clean in a pattern. The floors, it moves in an S-like pattern along the floors. On the walls, it'll move in an N-like pattern along the walls, so you get more coverage. As opposed to traditional systems like the Dolphin over here or the Polaris right here, where when you turn it on and you place it into the pool, it'll take 10, 20, 30 minutes to map and scan your pool slowly. These new navigation systems like this one right here will immediately start in that preset pattern and take off and start cleaning immediately, so it's more efficient. I love these new smart navigation systems. So this Beatbot Aquasense works really well in my pool. I have a rectangular style pool with some steep walls. I have a tanning ledge and a few steps all around my pool. I don't have the most complicated pool, but I don't have the most simple pool as well. The Aquasense works really well in my pool. It might work not as well in your pool if you have a more complicated setup, or you might have to use it more than one run. If you have a more simple setup, it might work even better in your pool. It's all based off of your own pool. This is how the Aquasense works in my pool. So just keep that in mind. So aside from that, what makes the Beatbot Aquasense a good choice? Well, first, take a look at this physically here. I really love the design of this here. It's got a really nice premium feel to it. You see this right here? This is a gray color, but if you look closer, it's got these metallic pearl flakes into it, kind of like a pearl paint job. It's actually really nice. I really like the look of this. Definitely has a premium feel to it compared to maybe the bargain bang for buck type of cleaners. This has a very premium feel to it. Now, not to say that those bargain bang for buck great value cleaners don't do a great job. That's totally the opposite. I love those cleaners and I'll continue to use those cleaners as well. It's just that in terms of a premium price tag and a premium look, this definitely has that look. Now, as you can see right now, let me go ahead and take this off right here. I'll show you. It comes with a docking station to charge your actual Aquasense here. So that's really nice. You just place it right on top when you need to charge it. Now, in terms of physical weight here, this comes in at 20.5 pounds, so it's pretty lightweight. The more features it has, usually the more weight it has. This Beatbot here is completely cordless, so this means that there are no cords to it at all. It uses a rechargeable battery, a 6700 milliamp rechargeable battery built inside. This means that it takes roughly 2.5 to 3 hours to fully charge this, and depending on the mode that you use it, whether you're cleaning the floors or the floors and walls of your pool, it'll run between 2.5 and 3.5 hours in the pool. If you need to run it again, just pop it on charger for 3 hours, charge it, and then put it back into the pool. Physically over here, you've got this really easy grip handle right here, so that's nice. On the back right here, you have the return jet for water to come out of. And over here, you have this little touch panel. This is your controls, your physical controls on the cleaner here. Power button, floor mode, and standard mode, which is your floors and walls right there. Easy to control. Let me flip this around here and show you. Right over here in the front right here, you can see it's got an ultrasonic sensor right down here. But on the side right here, it also has a sensor right there as well. On the sides here, you have these track style wheels, and these are really great to basically climb really steep steps. Better than wheels. Wheels are better at slopes. Tracks are better at climbing steep steps. Now, let me lift this around here and show you. It's got 2 sets of these giant scrubbing brushes here, 4 brushes total, and they move independently of each other. More than enough size and power to knock away all that debris to be suctioned in this inlet right here. A pretty large inlet to go all the way up to the top of this right here. Now, this is great. It is an easy access top loading debris basket here. Yes, a lot of cleaners will use a bottom loading basket or a bottom loading cartridge filter or bag. This is top loading, and it is an actual basket right here. Take a look right here. This is 2 liters in terms of size here, so it's actually a decent size. Not the biggest, kind of small if you get a ton of debris, but it's based off of your pool. In general, the bigger the debris basket, the less often you'll have to empty it out. Now, I do want to mention, this right here is a fine filter here. This will work for 90% of pool owners out there. It'll filter out small, medium, and large size debris. Leaves, twigs, bugs, even fine sand and rocks, it'll pick that up. But if you get a ton of really, really small, fine debris, like a ton of sand, if you get a lot of dead green algae in your pool, if you get a lot of milky, cloudy water in your pool, then you will need an ultra fine filter. And unfortunately, this is just a fine filter. No ultra fine filter is included in this set. Pop this right back inside and close it up. Super easy. Now, having all those features is really nice. It's already a premium cleaner, but what makes it even more of a premium cleaner is that included on this is the ability to connect it to Wi-Fi. It's the ability to use an online app, and that's actually a very nice feature. That app is very simple to use, and I'll go ahead and show you right here. Okay guys, so this is the Beatbot Aquasense app here. I've already added the Aquasense to the app here, so let's go ahead and enter the device here. This app is really basic and simple to use. Now you will need to be connected to Wi-Fi. You can see right here I'm connected to Wi-Fi right here. Now next to that you see charging right here. It's actually at about 38% right now. I have it on the dock charging right now. Okay guys, so take a look right here on the app here. The Aquasense is off right now. You can see it's offline on the top right there. And what it did was it ran a full cycle, and you can see right here in the center, it mapped and scanned the pool. I'm moving it around right now. You can move the image around right there. And this is pretty close to what my pool looks like. My pool looks like a rectangle, and it was able to map that out. On the right side of it, where it looks like a shoe, pointy shoe part, it was my tanning ledge. That's why it looks like that there. So that's cool. It's able to map and scan the pool. Towards the bottom, you'll see cleaning record right here, and you can actually pull up information on your last cleaning run, so that's really nice. Let me go back here, and at the bottom right here, you have your modes here, and this is where you can choose your different modes. You have two modes. You have your quick mode and your standard mode. Quick mode is just focusing on the floors of your pool, and standard mode focuses on the floors and walls of your pool, including the water line. It's important to note that in standard mode, when you use this, it starts off on the floor mode and cleans just the floors first, and then it'll switch over and focus on cleaning the wall and water line there. So overall, this app, very simple, very easy to use. So you can see that that app is very simple to use. I do want to point out that you can't do much with that app, and it kind of feels unnecessary at times. You can only change the cleaning modes, and you can only see the battery percentage. There really is nothing else you can do on that app, except for the fact that it's still able to connect to Wi-Fi. This Beatbot Aquasense right here, just like its big brother, is able to receive OTA updates over Wi-Fi. Yes, over-the-air updates over Wi-Fi. And that makes it great. This means that in the future, if there's any sort of bugs, any sort of malfunctions with this cleaner itself, they're able to send it over the internet, over the Wi-Fi, to update the actual cleaner. That's awesome. What that does is it fixes issues, but it also keeps the cleaner competitive. Yes, later on, when new brands come out with new cleaners, this is able to update itself and maybe add extra features later on through those OTA updates. So it's really nice that this Aquasense here has that option. Now, in regards to that app, I do want to point out a few things that I do not like on that app. When you're actually turning this on, when it's in use in the pool, you can do basically nothing with that app. You can't pause it. You can't tell it to get out of the pool at all. There is no retrieval system to this at all. There is that self-parking system where at the end of the cycle, the full cycle, it'll park all the way up the water line for about 10 minutes for you to take out of the pool. So that's a cool feature, but no physical button to retrieve it out of the pool. In addition to that app, just like its big brother, just like the Pro, there is no remote control on the app. You can't control the cleaner while it's in the pool. According to the Beatbot, it's because of the technology limitations to a cordless cleaner at the moment. Now, another thing I want to point out about the Wi-Fi is the fact that it's nice that there's an online app, but it's not even necessary. If you're worried about having to use an app to control this, you don't have to worry about that at all. This works really well as just a plug and play type of cleaner where every time you want to use it, you push the power button, you select the mode that you want on the cleaner itself, and you put it in the pool, it cleans, you take it out, you put it on the charger, and you repeat for the next process. That's all you really have to do. You don't have to use the app at all. And that makes this Beatbot Aquasense a really great plug and play cleaner with those updates later on if it's needed. So I talked your ear off about this Beatbot Aquasense right here. Let's go ahead and place it into the pool, and I'll show you how well it works. All right, guys, we're ready to put the Aquasense into the pool right here. I'm going to set it down right here to show you. To turn it on, you just push that power button. You can see it's on right now. You can see that the light is lit up on the floor mode. I'm going to switch it to floor and wall mode. And from here, what you want to do is you want to leave it to calibrate on the actual floor, a flat surface, for 5 seconds. There is no indicator to tell you when it's ready, but you have to let it calibrate every single time so that it knows what a flat surface is. But aside from that, you place it into the pool. It'll sink down and do its thing. So you want to pay attention to the pattern that's moving along right now. It's in standard mode, so first it starts off cleaning just the floors of the pool. It hit my step right here, and what it does is it kind of backs up and moves along the edge next to it as well to get around it. And this is what it does in floor mode when it first starts out. You can see it's going towards my tanning ledge, and it's thinking that it's also a wall, where it's not going to climb up in this mode here. It focuses just on the floors, but what it's doing is it's moving along the floors of the pool, but the outline edge of the floor first. You'll see that as I fast forward this through, but you'll be able to see it move along the edge of the floor first. You can see it kind of bobbing back and forth along the edge of the wall here, and that's what it's doing first. This is what it's supposed to do in floor mode when it first starts out. Eventually it will switch over to the center of the floors. Okay, guys, so take a look at the Aquasense right here. You can see I have a main drain right here. It is on standard mode, so it's cleaning the floors first. But take a look at how it acts over the main drain as it's in this mode here. You see that? It goes right over the main drain there. It doesn't get stuck on the main drain, and it continues along its path. it's sort of backing into it again right here, but doesn't get stuck. It's able to move over that direction past the main drain. I have another one over here too, and it does the same thing. So that's awesome. Doesn't get stuck on the main drain. Hey guys, so take a look at it. There's my main drain, my second main drain, and it goes over the main drain, no issues. Now, in this mode here, it actually started with the edge of the actual pool, and now it's moving back in towards the inner side of the pool on this mode here, where it's cleaning on just the floors of the pool. So it'll start on the outside of the pool near the walls, and as it makes its way around and it senses it, it moves on the inside. Okay guys, so take note of this pattern here. It moves in an S-like pattern all the way down and around here in this motion when it's focusing on the floor. So just take note of it. It should go that direction and sort of make a U-turn, an S-turn around the back. So here's another look at it going over my main drain here. It goes right up onto the main drain, doesn't get stuck, doesn't struggle at all, and goes right over it. So that's great. Doesn't get stuck on the main drain. Okay guys, so take a look at the Aquasense here. It has switched over to the wall climbing mode right here, and it moves in an N-like pattern up the walls here. I have 5-foot tall walls here, and just take a look at it. It moves kind of diagonal, stops, turns, and goes up right here, all the way to the water line right there. Awesome. It scrubs the water line. Okay guys, so take a look at the Aquasense right here. I have a very steep tanning ledge right here, about 4 feet tall down there, and it goes straight up and over to my tanning ledge right over here. It's doing its routine where it's moving in an N-like pattern even along the tanning ledge. It's like it's a wall, and it gets up. It'll be able to reach the tanning ledge right here, and then climb all the way up to the top right here, which is about 5 feet tall, to the water line right there. So take a look right there. So that's awesome. And it's able to move along this tanning ledge that goes all the way over here to the right and to the left. I have a bigger shelf size right here, and it's able to move along that and clean that as well. So hopefully you'll be able to see that as it moves along. It made it up to my big tanning ledge over here. Let's see how it acts over here. It stopped at the end of my tanning ledge there. Now it's turning around to focus on this area right here. Awesome. So take a look at the Aquasense right here. I'm gonna pull this little floater piece out. I have a very shallow step right here. It won't actually go up the step. No cleaner goes up the step. It's too shallow. It's only about 6-7 inches worth of water here. So if you have some very shallow steps, if your ledge is very shallow, it might not climb up. You have to have a certain amount, at least maybe a foot and a half worth of water for it to be able to move along. So keep that in mind. You see how it's not going to climb up this very shallow step right here? I have 2 corners of my pool with this very shallow step, and it doesn't climb up. You see that? All right, guys. So did you see that? It basically finished its cycle right here at the very top part of my ledge right here. And it went up here to park. Now, this is a special case right here where it was already on the tanning ledge here. If it was on the rest of the pool here, it would climb up the water line at the rest of the pool somewhere and park itself for 10 minutes. This just happens to be that it parked right in the perfect corner for me to just reach over like this. And pull it out of the pool right here. Just like that there. Now, let me go ahead and open this up here and show you the debris basket. I do want to mention that my pool was pretty clean to start with. At least I thought it was pretty clean. I usually keep my pool pretty clean, so I'm always expecting not much debris. So let's take a look if it picked anything up. So I'm going to go ahead and open up that canister right here. Pull this outside and take a look right here. You can see on the outside the small debris that you cannot see right here. Let me go ahead and put my hand inside and just pull this out here, the finer debris, the bugs and things like that. I knew there wasn't big debris in the pool, but look at all that small debris that's actually inside of that basket right there. So that's awesome. Okay guys, so here's the Beatbot Aquasense in the pool right here, and take note of the pattern here. It is in standard mode, so it focuses on the floors first, but in floor mode, it moves along the edges of the floor first. Doesn't climb all the way up the walls or steps here. Focuses on the edges, and then now it's moving on the inside of the floors here. And it does a really good job cleaning the floors here. Take note, it moves along the main drains with no issues in this mode as well, so that's great. It'll start in floor mode on the outside edges of the floor first, and then it moves on the inside of the floors to clean that. Now the Aquasense has actually switched over to wall mode, wall climbing mode. This is where it moves along the pattern along the walls, and you can see right there, it's moving along an end-like pattern along my wall right there, and it does this all the way up the water line, so that's great. Scrubs the water line as well, and it'll move all along my walls all the way over to the opposite wall, and even on my tanning ledge on the opposite side. You see that? It just hit the tanning ledge over here, and it cleans and scrubs up here. This is a very steep tanning ledge. It's about 4 feet tall, and it's able to reach this top area right here, so that's great. So you guys can see that this Beatbot Aquasense does a really great job in the pool here. It'll clean the floors, the walls, and waterline of the pool. With its super powerful CPU processor, with its ultrasonic sensors, this is definitely the most high-tech cleaner. If you're in the market for a premium cordless robotic pool cleaner, then this Beatbot Aquasense is a really great choice. Definitely a cleaner to take into consideration. Definitely a cleaner I recommend.
We hope this review helps.